I'm going to show you exactly how you can completely transform your life in 1 year. And I did it myself. I went from a 9 to 5 manual labor job, and 1 year later, I've collected multiple six figures in revenue through a couple of different online businesses. And I felt like I was stuck in a position, but I really was not. And all it takes is 1 year of truly hard work and dedication to get to that point. And to be honest, this is for people that feel stuck in a 9 to 5 and you're capable of much more. That's the way I was. That's the way many people are. There's something else out there for you. Okay. So this was my schedule to win. All right, let's talk about this and let's run through this, okay? So deep work in the morning, I'd get up at 5:30 a.m. I started work at about 8:30, left the house then. My job started when I left the house, when I drove away. So I had from 5:30 to 8 o'clock in the morning working. That gave me approximately, 2.25 hours by the time I got the coffee to actually be able to get going at that time. And I was really a productive time in my day because this allows you to get everything you need to get done before you burn out from your 9 to 5, before you're tired when you get home, because it's very difficult to do that. Okay, you need to have your most productive time, content creation, learning a skill, etc., in the morning, and have that deep work, right, when you're fresh, when you're awake. But you need to get to sleep quite early as well, 10, half 10, and we'll talk about that. So from 8 o'clock then I'd have my breakfast, get ready, 30 minutes to get ready and go. And I'd work till from 8:30 till about 5:30. Okay. Sometimes, well, many days it ended up changing the schedule a little bit, and I'd work till 7 p.m. in the evening. That made my days much longer. I ended up sleeping 4 or 5, 6 hours tops. If I was lucky, to be honest, at periods I was getting 6 hours sleep. It's a very difficult time. It's not something everyone can do. You need to be a young person and really on your own and not have kids or anything like that to be able to cope with that. However, this opportunity is there for anyone that's willing to push the boundaries and do what they can and just sacrifice 1 year. Whether you have family, whether you have this and that, it doesn't matter. You can achieve this. You can do this. And it doesn't need to be this time intensive. I just wanted to get it done as quickly as possible. I was learning a lot on my own as well. Whereas you can learn now, and we'll go through this, but you can learn very quickly nowadays, okay? Even in the year from when I started to the year and a half now I'm in this business, you can learn a lot much quicker now and be more efficient with everything. So that was that. When I came home, I needed a period of time to just sit down, relax, have a coffee, right? Have a bit of food. Okay, and then you can get into marketing and client work, content creation again, and so on, right, for a couple hours. At nighttime then I'd hit the gym, and I was very tired when I'd go to the gym at this time, 8:30, 9 o'clock. It was a difficult one for sure. It was easier when I was doing it with a friend who was also building a business online. I think if you can have a community and partner that you go to the gym consistently with, you're building a business with. If you have a friend like that that's in the same mindset and same league as you, it makes it much easier to grow online. That was a pivotal thing for me, having that friend that was there building the same way as myself. So that's important to keep your health and fitness in check. But this whole process, this is Monday to Friday. I try do a few hours each day on a Saturday as well, but it was much more relaxed, or Saturday and Sunday throughout the weekend. When you are working a 9 to 5, the pivotal time that you have and what can change your life it's really the weekend. Okay, I try to make my weekends as free as possible, but you've no choice but to do some work if you want to get ahead. That's your only time that you can get ahead. And believe me, the competition that wants it as bad as you, or if not worse than you, will work the weekends. They will. There's no question about it. So you can't fall behind. You need to do some on the weekend too. Okay. So escape threats to your future, and this is important, right? Your circle matters. Your friend zone matters. The people you're around matter. Okay, this will dictate where you go. There's the quote that the 5 people that you hang around with the most essentially are your number 6 or something like that, right? And it is true. The sum of the 5 that you put your time into and that you're around most of the time, and that absolutely is true, because your mindset changes. If you're with people that are drinking every weekend, they're out partying, they're not doing anything else, they're just stuck in their 9 to 5 and living paycheck to paycheck because of this, doing drugs, different things like that, you're not going to be much different. If you want to be different, you have to be around different people. Okay, it's hard to be a different person when everyone else around you is doing that. They're going to call you a loser. They're going to say, "Ah, come out, come out, come out, come out this weekend, come out this weekend." No, I need to work on my business. That's what I'm doing this weekend. Right? You can have the fun down the road when you actually succeed and you become a success. So your circle really does matter, and ditch low-level people. You'll lose a lot of people on the way, and it's for the greater good. It really is. People will hold you back, and you need to understand and analyze. Even think about the people you hang around with right now. What way do they hold you back? What way do they provide value to you? Even friendships, any relationship that you have, whether it be friend, business, with a partner, they need to bring you up. If they bring you down, that's a big problem that you have, right? So you need to analyze that relationship and see, is it worth keeping? Again, friend, business partners, whatever it may be. So especially when you're in the 9 to 5, most people aren't trying to escape it like you are. You are the unique one. Most people are settled where they are, and they'll think, hopefully we get paid enough next week. Maybe the overtime will come in, and that's it. You know, you need to start thinking differently. How can you make money? Maybe you put money into... My friend actually told me, put money into a bank and you get 4% a year on the interest. Now, if you're putting enough money in, that 4% comes out to quite a bit of money, right? So friends like that help you make money, help you make correct decisions, okay? You need around you, right? So becoming healthy. This is super important. I completely sacked off the gym and fitness and had an awful diet for the first 6 months of building my business online. I recommend, and I know others that were the same, they sacrificed the gym to build their business. I recommend as much as possible for you to not do that. When I started implementing that planner, that daily routine planner, I became much more efficient because I knew I had to go to the gym. I've been going to the gym now with quite a while. I've been on and off throughout the years, but now recently again I've been going hard at it. But it's important for your mindset, for your mental state, for your physical body. It makes you look like a professional. Okay, when you walk into a room, you're standing up straight, you have a great physique, you look lean. Okay, these are all important things, and your skin is healthy, and you can go deeper into just not just a gym, a bit of face care routine. There's no shame in that. For a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. Take care of yourself. This is seriously important to do. Be healthy, because without your health, you're nothing. You're nothing. You don't want to be 40, 50 years old and already suffering from smoking, too much alcohol abuse. I never went to the gym, you're overweight. You don't want to get to that point and now you're only halfway through your life and you're essentially ruined. Okay, so start at a young age if possible. It's never too late. It's definitely never too late, but you don't want to be going halfway through life and never looking at a gym, never eating healthy and thinking about what you put inside your body. Very important, and it helps your brain as well. It helps you be proactive and so on, okay? So be a professional. The last point on this slide is it's very important to be a professional. Dress well, appear well, take care of your hair, take care of your skin, wear a nice watch. Even when you're in the beginning phases, put on a nice watch. It can be $50, $100. It doesn't matter. Put on some nice watches. I've collected them with quite some time now, and I have different watches for different occasions. I have different shirts for different occasions. Depends what season it is, so on. Get some nice pairs of jeans, chinos, suits. These are all important things, right? Appear like a professional no matter where you go. Right? And you will earn the respect. You'll immediately get respect. If you're in shape and you look like a professional, you will get respect. There's no question about it. I'm definitely trying my best to get to that point. It takes years. But yeah, it's super important to do. From there, never stop learning. Learning is something that you need to always do no matter where you're at. I've had 30, 40k months as with my businesses, but I need to continue to learn because I can't get to 100k months without learning more. Right? You'll do a 10k month and you'll think, wow, life's crazy now. But if you stop learning, your income will only go down. And if you stop creating, your income will only go down. You need to constantly adapt. You need to up the level that you're currently at and continue to learn. So if you're in the very beginning and you're in a 9 to 5, you can start with free courses on YouTube. You don't need to pay thousands for a mentor, thousands for a course. You can genuinely start for free. That's what I did in the beginning. But to the second point here, finding a mentor and community is a super beneficial thing. It accelerates the whole process of all that. and weaving through the good and the bad YouTube videos, the good and the bad free courses. If you find a mentor that is in the position that you want to be in, and pay for the access to them and pay for their mindset, their brain, the intelligence that they have and everything they've learned over their years of building a business, you can fast track your success. You really, really can. And especially if there's a community that's part of that, which will bring you up as well, and everyone wants to reach this level, right? And most people want to be here, but in a good community, everyone wants to be up here. Okay, and you're all working together to get to that point. And it's freedom. It's digital freedom. It's having that location freedom, that financial freedom. That's what we all want. Okay, and that's what we're all working towards. And so finding a mentor in a community is very important. I actually have a community of absolutely fantastic people. Many people earning multiple six figures a year within just their first year. I've taught them the ropes. We've group calls every week. We'll have events coming up soon, courses and so on that are all inclusive. If you want to know more about that, just click the link in the description. You can see that, or else I'll have a pinned comment, either one. But yeah, it's definitely important to find a mentor in a community if you're willing to invest some money into it. I actually did that in October, actually a month after I began my journey, October 2022. And 2 months after that, I quit my 9 to 5. I just accelerated my process so much, or my progress so much, that investment actually paid off for me, I think, within 27 or 28 days. I made my money back. Then the month after that, I did 10k in 1 month. Literally. I was working like 60 hours a week to make 3k a month in my 9 to 5. And then online, I made $10,000 in 1 month, and that was game over. That was me out of the rat race. That was me working for myself from there. I took the leap, and I was able to win from there. Okay, there's always ups and downs afterward, but once you get to that point and you take the leap of leaving your 9 to 5 and having those people around you, that community, the mentor, you're in a great position and you can continue to level up. And that's exactly to the next point. Analyze who has done it and level up. So in the beginning, I found a mentor that was at a certain level. He had left his 9 to 5 actually years prior, doing well, definitely doing well. Was comfortable with money, didn't have any issues. But once I kind of got to that level myself, I realized, okay, I want much more. I want to keep accelerating. I want to keep expanding. So I invested into more courses, more programs, more people. Right. So to me, I think it's always important to reinvest into yourself. Essentially, that's that motto I have. Essentially, right. So I think it's very important to continue analyze who has done it better than you. Right? So there's a few people I look at, I have notifications on for, I watch all their videos and so on, and I analyze how they work and how I can level up to that level. Okay, this is important. Being a lone wolf is difficult. And again, this is back to the community point of doing it on your own is very difficult. Get on calls with people, build a network. Right? Understand who wants it just as bad as you. Who can you benefit? Who can benefit you? Become part of a community, whether it be a paid or a free community. It's worth being part of one. Definitely. I never regret investing my money into it. Learning a skill is number one. Like, you have to learn a skill because you need to be able to sell a service. Right, so learning a skill, like for me it was landing pages. I had no prior knowledge. I was a telecommunications engineer, by the way. Engineer is even a fancy word for it. It was a technician, essentially. And I learned a skill called landing pages. That's essentially a one-page website that people can book a call on or buy a product on, and that's it. Okay, so I was creating them for business owners, digital entrepreneurs, such, and I was making some good money from it. And I built it out to get to about 20k per month. Not all profit all the time, but that was the point I got to. And I'm still providing landing pages to this day. I enjoy it. It makes great money, and it's very on the side because I can hire contractors to do it. So learning a skill is a pivotal point where you can start promoting. You can start putting content out there about that skill, teach others. Everything you learn, you need to put out as content and teach others. Okay. So plan your life. This is something that's really important that I don't think enough people do. They really go day to day and, when can I pay the next bill? When am I going to get paid next? Will we have enough money to save up for the Christmas presents this year? And that's really how a lot of people live life. Okay, and it's a sad way to live. It's a sad way to be. So I think you need to plan out in advance and set goals daily, right? Even have alarms there to do different tasks. right? So set goals daily, understand what you need to do, right? If you do that, the inputs will lead to fantastic outputs. If you know, okay, set 3 tasks a day that you need to do, but that'll benefit yourself and your business. They might not benefit you right now, but once you're putting in that work now, you will benefit later. And if you stick to the plan for months, I've never seen anyone do this and build online for 6 months and not win. We had a student just the other day. He's in the program maybe 5 months ish, and he closed like a 5 or 6k in like the last week. He struggled up until that point, but he kept putting it in. His offer was unusual; it was a different offer, but he kept putting in the work, and he closed. I think it was 6,000. I think in the last week, and a lot of that is reoccurring revenue. So I think 4,000 out of that, or maybe even 5, he'll get paid every single month by those clients. So he has completed himself. He has covered any 9 to 5 wage that he could possibly get, plus more, plus saving for the future. Okay, so set daily goals and you will benefit down the road, right? But you have to stay consistent. That's the difference between people that win and lose. People that win never quit, right? You don't lose until you quit. It's you decide if you lose or not. Okay, so next up is set yearly goals. To me, this is very important. This year, I set up a vision board for myself. You can see the screenshot here. My financial goals. Okay, that's personal finances. I want to pay myself X amount. I want to, make X amount a month, and so on. I have business goals then, so I have a business partner, I have different expenses and so on, so the business income is much different to my personal income, and there's multiple businesses as well. So what money do I want each business? So I have 2 businesses. What money do I want each business to make? What does that come out to per month? How do I get to that point? Okay. So then lifestyle. What way do I want my lifestyle to work? Preferably, I either want to be living in a high-rise apartment this year or else a gated house in the countryside. That's what I want, one of them, whichever one makes more sense at the time. I want to get a daily car along with my sports car that I currently have, just for the comfort, the convenience and so on. So that's kind of my lifestyle, and I want to be able to start giving back to people much more, the people around me, family, and some people that have helped me along the way. Right, I think that's an important piece. And also from there, networking. Networking is very important. I think I didn't appreciate the power of networking until it started paying me dividends, right? Make friends in the beginning, and this is part of joining a community of killers, of people that want to win, savages essentially, okay? People that will never quit and they know what they want in their life. So networking is super important. I made friends with people that offered everything in the beginning. Fitness coaches, automation experts, agency owners, through Twitter. That's where I built my business, is through Twitter. To be honest, a very easy place to do it. You just need to know the right formulas. Again, I teach you all of that, and I help all my students with that and make sure they succeed. But network's very important. So I set goals here, who I want to meet up in person, who I want to network with this year. Okay, and I'll have an in-person event as well for the inner circle members of my program. So then I have physical. What physical shape do I want to be in? Again, a while ago I was mentioning, health, fitness is so important for your mental state, your physical state, how you look professional when you're stood up straight, you're physically larger, and your dominance is implied. So physical goals for me are being able to bench, say, 100 kg and being able to shoulder press X amount, I think 32 kg. So that's that. What does your dream life cost? This is actually a framework I think I'm going to give people and tell people to do. And I'll give you that, but what does your dream life cost you? Okay, maybe for me personally, I want 2 cars, I want that apartment or I want that house in the countryside, and I want to be able to, say, give back X amount a month to family and people around me, and holidays will cost this amount and so on. For me, that number is not quite high. It's maybe 5,000-6,000 euro. Like, it's not that crazy of a number. And yes, look, to someone that's earning 2,000 a month, that's massive. I was at that point as well. That's the money I kind of made, 2,000 to 3,000 if I worked very hard. For now, it's 5 to 6,000 a month. That's where I'm at currently, and I'm sure that number will go up in time as I see more success and more money comes in. But for now, that's what my dream life costs me. So I need to figure out, okay, how can I reverse engineer that process and make sure I make that money? Okay, I need to spend, let's say, 5,000 a month, but I also want to save like half my income ideally, and then I have to cater for taxes. Okay, so I need to earn maybe, let's say, 13,000 a month, something like that. So reverse engineer that. How do you get to that point? How much do you need to make a month or a week to get to that, a day to get to that? How many clients do you then need to sign to reach that amount? Let's say it's 13,000 a month. Okay, I need to sign 13 clients at 1k each. Okay, so you can understand it like that and see the level that you need to get to go from there. Right. Some bonuses for you are some books that I think you should definitely read. I've read these. I think they're very important to change your mindset and to think differently. The first one is Rich Dad Poor Dad. I know many people have heard of that. It's super important. It'll make you think completely differently about money. It changes your thought process completely about that. The second one is how to win friends and influence people. This just changes the way you approach people, the way you can talk to people, the way you can develop relationships with people. Again, a very, very important book to read. The final one there is the 4-Hour Work Week. This makes you think about work in a different perspective, a completely different light, and how to be way more efficient. I think this is also an important book to read. So these are my top 3 books that I would read if I was starting again from scratch. You know, you can do this cheaply and change your mindset, understand how you can work better, understand how you can network with others. So that is how I would exactly change my life in 1 year, and that's literally how I did it, right? My schedule to what I did, to learning a skill, to the books I read. This is all important stuff. If you can follow this to a T, work hard and don't stop, don't give up for at least 6 months in whatever you're doing, you will win. There's no question about it. So have a good day. Subscribe. Again, check that link in the bio or in the description and the comments. Check out my program. Yeah, it'll be good for you. Okay, there's no risk. Okay, there's no doubt that you'll make your money back. You'll be surrounded by absolute killers that are just doing fantastic, right? Making multiple 6 figures a month and so on. So check that out. Talk to you in the next video. Take care.